Good morning, welcome to CATEX-TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a live broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Wednesday, August 11, 2010. It's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. It's 4:30 p.m. in London, in Hamilton 12:30 p.m., and in Mexico City 10:30 in the morning. If you need to reach us during the broadcast, you can phone in toll-free at 1-866-67-CATEX. Overseas, our AOL instant mail address is CATEX-TV. We'll welcome our viewers in Bermuda from Hunterdon County tuning in today for the first time. 45 years ago today, it's hard to believe, the Watts riots in Los Angeles began today. 6 days of rioting, at least 34 people were killed, and approximately 1,000 buildings were destroyed or looted. Set the tone for a number of summers, long hot summers in the United States. We'll go to our main news. The tropical depression we've been following all week is making some news finally. It's going to be called Tropical Storm Danielle. Here it is. A state of emergency in Louisiana has been declared by the governor. He now says that the depression is moving northwest at 6 miles an hour. BP has suspended drilling the relief well at the Macondo well site, and they're going to delay the final sealing process by about a few days. The weather event, according to the governor, could bring as much as 10 inches of rain to areas in Louisiana. Louisiana will be subjected to tropical force conditions, according to the governor, to such a degree that life and property will be placed in jeopardy. In Moscow, here's an interesting tidbit here. Let's look at this first picture. This, of course, is Prime Minister Putin, man of action, piloting his own plane, doing a survey of the forest fires in Russia. The big concern now is that the fires are getting perilously close to the site of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986. 6 wildfires were spotted in that area. Here's the deserted town of Chernobyl. This is the region that suffered from the uranium or radioactive catastrophe back then. Radiation experts from Moscow conducted a thorough check of the Bryansk area where Chernobyl is located after the fires were spotted. They said that there had been no increase in radiation levels. Large forested areas in this area were contaminated when the power plant exploded in '86. Radioactive particles settle into the soil. Environmentalists worldwide are warning that they could be thrown up into the air again once the wildfires and accompanying winds into those areas strike. So this is a potential disaster in the making here. We've avoided this story for a while because there's not too terribly much insured loss over there, but the magnitude of it is reaching the level that we have to report it. There's now been 1,117 confirmed deaths in China as a result of the heavy rain, the flooding, and the landslides. At least 627 people are still missing above that figure. The National Meteorological Center warned there was a relatively large, that's their word, relatively large chance of more landslides in the coming days. They're expecting another 4 inches of rain forecast for this Friday. The chances of finding more survivors are falling by the hour, although this morning rescuers found a 50-year-old man still alive who had been trapped in knee-deep mud on the second floor of a hotel. Entire communities in Gansu province's Zhoukyu district were swallowed up when the debris-choked Beilang River jumped its banks on Sunday, releasing wave after wave of mud and rubble-strewn water. 3 villages with hundreds of households each were entirely buried. Crews using explosives as excavators rushed to drain an unstable lake on the Beilang River upstream from Zhoukyu, fearing that more rain would cause a massive breach, bringing more misery to the town. Dysentery and typhus have emerged in the area. Disinfecting crews in protective suits are spraying chemicals across the ground. It's a terrible situation. In Turkey, an explosion along the oil pipeline passing through the southeastern part of the country has killed at least 2 people. We regrettably report these about every 2 weeks. The blast last night started a major fire, caused the pipeline to shut down. It struck in Turkey's Mardin region. 2 people traveling in a car near the pipeline blast were killed. The damaged pipeline runs for about 970 kilometers from Kirkuk, a northern Iraqi city, to Seyhan, an oil transportation hub on the Mediterranean Sea. Of course, the government is saying that it's the Kurdish Worker Party, the terrorist group PKK, who carried out the attack. And last night, an Air France 777-300 series on a flight from Paris to Montreal made an unexpected landing at Goose Bay in Canada because of a systems failure on the plane. The plane landed, according to Air France, as a precaution only. There was no panic on the plane. The 461 passengers and crew on Air France Flight 344 then received basic accommodations for the night at a Canadian military base in the area. A 777 was sent from France to Goose Bay to pick up the stranded passengers, and they landed at Montreal Trudeau's airport. Actually, they will land at Montreal Trudeau's airport at 9 p.m. tonight. They're still up there in Goose Bay. Stock market in New York is down about 226 points. We'll go to a word from our sponsors.
Every day, the world wakes up and goes to work, pursuing the unique opportunities that lead the global economy forward. The complexity and close connectivity of today's global marketplace is a true modern miracle that can create unparalleled success. But it takes confidence, passion, innovation, and understanding.
Enabling opportunity. Protecting capital.
Engineering innovation. Investing in your future.
Ensuring continuity.
Finding the right balance.
It takes Aon.
Design for peace.
Well, the underwriters at Swiss Re at the Red Fort in Zurich are reading the papers carefully, obviously. They're seeing some opportunities in Russia now with the current drought. They say that the current drought is likely to increase enthusiasm amongst Russian farmers for crop insurance. This is according to Swiss Re's Rito Schneider. In an interview with Reuters, Mr. Schneider noted that about 80% of American farmers had crop insurance. However, he said that Russian farmers tend to rely on government support only when crops failed. He noted that crop insurance had expanded in Russia since 2003, when the insurance penetration was less than 10%, but that it's still not where it should be. He said a significant proportion of Russian farmers questioned in a Swiss Re report still thought that private insurance was too expensive, and there was uncertainty about being paid if a claim went through. Swiss Re has been active in the Russian agricultural sector since 2005. Schneider said that there were a handful of the world's top 10 reinsurers operating in the sector. Well, Wells Fargo really got their hands slapped. A federal judge yesterday ordered Wells Fargo to pay California customers $203 million in restitution for claims that it had manipulated transactions to maximize the overdraft fees it charged. Instead of processing transactions in the order in which they were received, the bank put through the largest to the smallest. This is according to a federal judge in San Francisco. The 90-page opinion wrote that the